What's up, you guys? Okay. I have my cookie. I have my peppermint mocha. We made a fire. This may or may not be my breakfast. It's Christmas, whatever. So I figured, okay, before, I can't even talk to you seriously because this is my first YouTube video where this happened. Listen, okay, here's the story. I watched a Christmas movie, National Lampoons. You know the girl that's in the department store that's like, can't see the line, can you? I thought her hair was so pretty. And then I had a martini. It's all on TikTok, okay? I actually love it. And it cost me, wait for it, $6. And a great time. I get it. It's insane, okay? Can we talk about the book? So let's have a little cup of coffee, get cozy, talk goals, especially headed into the new year. I figured this would kind of be cool to do together. I got my main man behind me. So I'm gonna try and answer as many questions as I can. I've gotten a lot of questions on Instagram and on TikTok, just about the book launch and what to expect, and then I have a few surprises as well. So if you didn't see, I feel like the best way to explain this is if you didn't see this video, go watch it. But over the past, I would say year, I've gotten so many comments of, you know, is everything okay and something seems off, or even I would say 2 years. So 2 years ago, I decided to walk away from like a 10-year career, pretty much. Just the direction that it was going in, my values personally. Andre and I explained it in depth with cocktails during the fall. And so that being said, I was really glad that I trusted my gut. But what happened was 2+ years of fear, frustration, feeling belittled, and just taking a stand and knowing my worth. And from something so dark and crappy and ground zero for me, like literally just rock bottom moment, came something incredible. So if you're going through some ish right now where you're just very frustrated at a job, a person that's of a superior stature, whatever, that was my issue, is I just kept backing down to people that either had more money than me, that were more successful, seemingly more successful. And that was what I came to learn was, you know, things can look really good on paper or on social media, but what does someone's overall success in their happiness look like? So I really just pulled away from a lot of things. I started saying no to a lot of things. I started setting boundaries. And especially as women, we have to know our worth. We have to know that bending over backwards and jumping every time someone asks us to is not the way. So with that, I bundled all of that crap, all of that fear, all of those emotions and what came out on the other side into a book that took me over a year to write. There is so much blood, sweat, and tears put into this, like literally like tears as I was writing it, and just so many revelations that I went through that I can't wait for so many of you to experience. So the Know Your Worth book is literally dedicated to anybody that has ever felt belittled, confused, lost, unsure of where to go next, or just discounted themselves in any way. And if you're ready to basically up your confidence and change your freaking life and make your dreams come true, that's what this book is. So the book is split into two. It's actually really interesting the way that I did it, because before I even started, I thought, and I took myself through this, so I couldn't change my life and make my dreams come true until I did the first half, which was glow up and completely alter my confidence levels, because I just didn't have the cojones. If you guys know the inside joke, my mom, she's French Canadian. Instead of kudos, she says cojones to you. She said, we informed her that that's not the right word, but I love it. So I grew some cojones and I upped my confidence and I had just a major glow up, which then in turn allowed me to do the second half, which was change my freaking life and make some goals happen. And that's where I get this question all the time, is like, what is it that you and your husband do when you guys moved out into the country? Like, we completely altered the course of our life, and I feel like we prolonged our life by slowing it down. Like everything was going at such a fast pace. We moved to the middle of nowhere, quit all of the external things that we were doing in terms of like our old life, which I don't even want to talk about, but like body and all of that, and just being told how to run things, and it constantly feeling like it was going against our values, and us kind of pulling back the reins on our own life, which makes me so happy to be sitting here today and sharing all of this with you. So I think the biggest question is, what is in the actual book? I'll read to you all 12 chapters. So there's 12 chapters, 6 for the first half, which is the glow up half, and then 6 for the make bank half. Now, one of the biggest misconceptions and questions that I'm getting is this like a book for business owners to make money? No, it can be. It absolutely can be, but no, it's not intended to be only for business owners or only for influencers or only for people that want to start a side hustle. It's not that. It's literally people that want to up their confidence, glow up, which I'm going to take you through exactly what I mean by that, and then plug into how to make your dreams come true. And if that means marrying the love of your life and moving out into the middle of nowhere, I would say life looks pretty good. So let's talk about it. Okay, so this is what the table of contents looks like. The only page that I'm not showing you before that, which I'll show it to you, I'm not skipping it on purpose. I'm just not gonna read it again because I'll start crying, but it's dedicated to my parents. This other page is just like the lawyer page, which is like the fancy one when you write a book, which I just wanna say, I never thought that I would do this, and to create something so beautiful that is in leather, hardcover, meant to be a coffee table book, I love it. I love it. So a lot of effort and love went into this. And before I keep talking, this launches on Wednesday, December 11th at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. So lots of questions of like, will it sell out? Will you bring it back if it sells out? It's gonna be a core item. It's never gonna be gone forever. Could it go into a restocking depending on how much people like it? Maybe, I don't know. I never know these things. The goal is never for it to sell out. One thing that will not return, and I'll spill some beans. So I wanted to create a way that you didn't have to write in the book, because it's technically a workbook. There is pages where, look, like even right here, like when you commit, there's space for you to write. And I purposely printed this on matte, beautiful paper, but it's not like photo glossy paper, so you can take a pen and write in it. Now I understand if you're a little bit like OCD like I am, and you don't want to write in your pretty book, you don't have to. Because this, I get it, like it's an investment, it's a freaking coffee table book. But my hope, I think I'm gonna write in mine. Because my hope is that it's so pretty that you want it to be on your coffee table all the time. And like, let's say in the morning you're having your coffee and you just grab it and you work at your goals just a little bit. That's my hope for you. So I get it though, if you don't want to. So I created a Know Your Worth insert. That will forever also be available. But then I took it a step further, as I always do. So with the new year coming up, I have always, since this previous, I think it was January, so 1 year ago, I created a video. You can go watch it. It's helped so many people. And when I filmed it, I kind of was like, are people gonna think this is stupid? And the amount of feedback that I got on it was insane. And I talked about seasonal sadness, because I don't wanna label as anything more than that, because I'm not a doctor. But I deal with a lot of seasonal sadness and and I have dealt with it way worse than I have now, and I almost feel like I've conquered it. Sliver. That's what happens when everything is wood. Ow, I'm okay. Fire's still going. So I created this video about celebrating every single season of the year, and it hit home with a lot of people. And so from that came the celebration throughout the fall and Halloween, and then obviously the holidays, and celebrating the new year. I think a lot of people get really, really sad as soon as Christmas is over and they go into January. They might have like a little bit of a high on January 1st and then be extremely hungover, and then it just all goes downhill from there. Because the happiness level of the holidays that pretty much everybody jumps into, it just dissipates as soon as, like, let's say you get to January 5th, you're done. January 15th, most people have already given up on their New Year's resolutions. I think it's like 80% of people have already given up on it. So I wanna help you not do that and celebrate January into February and every single month of 2025. So I created a vision insert kit. Every year for the past, I don't even know how long, 6+ years, 7, a long time, I've done a vision party, and we have champagne or something bubbly, and we create not necessarily a vision board, but a vision, which I'll explain in depth this year. But what I wanted to create was a New Year's insert. I'll pop everything up on the screen so you can see it, but everything is in our warehouse. It's going to be bundled for you, but in your New Year's kit, there is the New Year's insert, the Know Your Worth book, the Know Your Worth insert, and then, wait for it, your invitation to the live vision party. What do we call it? Your dream pouch? So I think it's like step 4 for the vision board party is to collect all of your visuals. And I was like, they need something to put it in. So I created this incredibly, like Andre took from my brain and my drawings and made it come to life, which that's how we work together so perfectly. I'm like the creative, crazy one, and he's the tactical, let's actually make a real life version of what's inside her brain. So I created this pouch that's all glittery and iridescent and so pretty. So that's where you can put all of your stuff. So that will come in the kit, as well as so that when we're done at the end of everything, creating our vision together, there is a confetti pop to celebrate your new year and all of your goals. So there is a full kit that we're gonna have available. So the bundles will be, or the options will be the book, just the insert, as Andre says, for the people that buy the book, get the book, and are like, dang, I don't want to write in the book. So the insert will be sold separately. So those will be 2 separate options. And then you can get the book bundled with the Know Your Worth insert. So all of those will be core items. Those will never be gone. The one item that will be gone is the New Year's bundle. Those are limited. It comes with the invitation for the live party. I'm so excited. It's gonna be probably the coolest party we've ever done. And just so you know, it's been a goal of mine, I would say, for the last 2 years. So not just this year, last year and the year before, to do this, to create something that I could send out with an invitation so that everybody could be a part of it. So I'm really excited. Now, okay, Angie, stop talking and let's get into the book. So the inserts that I'm talking about will be able to clip into your planner. This is literally my morning. So you can clip them right in. The other question that I'm getting, and I put this in front of me so I wouldn't forget, how is this different from this? This is the first workbook I ever wrote. It's called the Dream Life Blueprint. It's still available. It will forever be available. This is not a 2.0 of this. They're both completely different. So this one is much more casual. You can completely write in this, and you might be a little bit less sad to write in this one. So this takes you through 10 chapters of how to create your dream life. That's exactly what this is. It's very creative. It's very fun. It takes you from where you currently are, what you believe in, your values, what your big dreams are, all the way through to mapping out your dream life. So I'm still incredibly proud of it, but this is its own entity and has nothing to do with this. Have we progressed? Absolutely. So let's talk about it. Okay, so the 10 chapters, 12 chapters, 10 chapters in that one, 12 chapters in this one. Chapters 1 through 6 of the glow up section. So chapter 1 is your glow up. I have no problem. I'll show you all the things. We're gonna chat about it, take a sip of your coffee, or whatever else you're drinking, no judgment. My fire is actually throwing heat. Do we remember last year when I was filming videos here and the fires kept going out and I couldn't even keep it lit? We're progressing, although you can't see the flame, can you? It's under there, it's going. She's come a long way, this girl, this country gal. Okay, delicious gingerbread cookies. Let me read you, apart from the glow up chapter. So this is the glow up chapter. It includes Ready, Set, Prep, your 31-day challenge, the endless loop, how to flip the switch, your glow up goals, and your month ahead. So the premise of this book is that you can disappear for 31 days, do this, and completely change your freaking life. No clowning. Okay, Know Your Worth. Welcome. Get ready to watch your life transform. This book was written for anyone that is feeling a little or a lot overwhelmed, lost, or even unsure of what their goals are. You are absolutely welcome to dive into this book however you please. You can jump ahead to the chapters you are dying to dig into or follow the sequence I planned out for you. I designed this book to help you set your goals and determine a strong vision for your life right out of the gate. From there, we will figure out exactly what labels have held you back in life. We will then crack the code on productivity by creating the ultimate daily routine. The first half of this book will be capped off by compiling everything you learned into your glow up guide. Get ready to step into your villain era and watch your confidence soar. The second half of this book covers all things making bank. Release the negative relationships that you have with money, get unstuck, let go of your evil twin that's holding you back in the imposter syndrome loop, tap into your income earning potential with marketing and content plans, learn how to create multiple streams of income, and build your side hustle. You'll notice a 31-day challenge included to help hold you accountable. Chapters 6 and 12 have daily challenges that align with specific pages in this book, as well as our video series. By the end of this journey, you'll have a newfound glow, insane clarity on how to make your dreams come true. Now let's go. XOXO, Angie. So there's a commitment in here. There's your prep list and everything you need. There is the 31-day challenge, which already exists on YouTube. So we did that throughout October. I will be filming new ones, of course, and taking you through this, but there's 31 days of videos. So if you want to get a jump start or just kind of see what this is all about, go check it out. It's on my other channel. It's on the Daily Grind channel, which is all motivation and just fun. And there's so many 31-day challenges on there. So yeah, the glow up chapter is, I started with the glow up chapter, and then from there I bounced around and really put things in the order that I felt that they needed to go in. But basically I map out exactly how to create glow up goals. So let me give you an example of exactly what I'm talking about here. All right, so let's say you want to flip the switch on your freaking life, okay? What are things that you could do, and I give you a full page of examples here, but what are things that you could do to flip the switch on your life and start the process of upping your confidence and glowing up? One, I would say prioritize protecting your peace. You could also meditate and maybe manifest your dream life. You could move daily and or work out, make more time to be creative, the list goes on and on. So I created a blank version of this so that you could write everything out. But here's how I did this. And I don't want to like give away the punchline of this chapter because it's pretty powerful. But if you were to select one of those, let's say prioritize protecting your peace. What are some ideas that would be like action-oriented things, like action items to make this happen? If you were protecting your peace, I mean, schedule some alone time, set boundaries with certain family members, start your day with a workout, wake up an hour earlier, start saying no more. So there's a whole list. Again, I give you all the examples in here, and then I have blank pages for you to be able to do this. So if you were to then take that, the glow up goal is to prioritize protecting your peace. The action item for that is no work after 5 p.m. Could be great. The measurable version of both of those would be turn off your freaking laptop by 5 p.m. from Monday to Friday all month long. So the goal is that you would make a list of these, and that could in turn become your glow up goals for the month. I kind of gave away a part of the punchline, but it's pretty powerful. Chapter 2, big goals. So this is how to chase your dreams, your list, your letter to yourself, your dream book, which is very similar to your vision board, the domino effect, your worth, and your habits. And then every chapter, by the way, has like a vibey, just kind of intro to it. And P.S., each chapter is branded to a specific color, so you can clearly see it when you're looking at it from the side, which I love. So in here we have the domino effect. I'll read you one. Yeah, I want to read you this because this chapter is dedicated to my friend and she knows who she is. When I read her this when I was writing the book, she started crying. Okay. I'd like to take a second to share the story of where this idea, the domino effect, where it originated from. I witnessed a really close friend of mine experience this before my eyes. I wouldn't say that she was openly struggling, but I could tell that she wasn't her usual happy self. I knew something was up. Then it clicked for her, and it was epic to watch. She broke free from everything holding her back, including people and career. She tapped into her passions, her confidence started to grow, and so did her bank account. And here's what happened with her. So I show the dominoes falling. She started with finding her new passion. Her confidence grew. She started making freaking bank, doing stuff that she loved. She felt excited about life again. Pounds started falling off and she became snatcherel, like shredded everywhere, but like hot shredded, not like she did something weird shredded. Like she just looked really good. Like everything was tight and lifted and glowy and beautiful. Marriage improves, family life improves, like everything, all the other dominoes fell. And that really was a huge inspiration for this book. And she so inspired me to take my own leap of faith because I watched her do it before me. And I was like, you know what? That looks pretty good. To cut ties with all of the crap and people holding you back and just the forced relationships and not setting enough boundaries and not putting yourself first and just kind of discounting yourself and playing small. And she stopped doing that and I watched what happened and I was like, yeah, that sounds like a plan. So she really did inspire this, and I explained the domino effect and how anybody can really do it and the action items that I took and the habits that I put into play. Jumping ahead. Chapter 3. So this is the color quiz chapter where you can go through all of the things that you've maybe been labeled as, how to release those negative labels, how to swap out those labels, and really just figure out once and for all what your personality is. And where this stemmed from is just celebrating who we are as individuals. You know, there's nothing worse. I'll read a couple to you. There's nothing worse than being labeled as angry, loud, chaotic, inappropriate, aggressive, problematic, rebellious. This is literally, each of these 12 are inspired by people that I know in my real life that have either been labeled as this or have told me that they've been labeled as this. And then I swap it for that same personality. This is the one that's like the black personality. She's the sexy one. So what if she is, or he is, sexy, unafraid, unguarded, capable, fierce, protective, and solid? Fun fact, the person that I just talked about that inspired that domino effect is also in part this one. She's a mixture of two. So each of these 12 personalities that are in here, we're sometimes a mixture of two. Like, I'm definitely a mixture of two, but I inspired one of them. Andre inspired one. I have all different friends and family that inspired each of these. So they're pretty specific and they're pretty eye-opening. Then, I think this is my favorite in terms of aesthetic. This is called Your Time. Unstuck quiz, take action, your game plan, your chronotype, your productivity builder, and your glow up routine. So this is a big chapter in terms of just uncovering who you actually are, what you care about. So there is a ton of quizzes in here that I created in terms of how you're the most productive for your personality type. And then from there you create your glow up schedule. And then we go into chapter 5, Lucky You. So this is really your confidence boost, you're romanticizing your life, creating a magical life, lucky girl syndrome, and your villain era, and then your glow up. So this is pretty much capping it off before we start the game plan. This is also one of my favorite chapters, and I go nerdy in this one here, Lucky Girl. Whenever I explain the lucky syndrome, lucky girl or guy, by the way. So I talk about the law of attraction, the law of cause and effect, Newton's first law, and I get super nerdy for 2 seconds because it just makes logical freaking sense. And it's not woo-woo, it's literally physics. If you're thinking of a certain thing or doing a certain thing, how that can completely alter the shape of your life and not just sitting and manifesting, like making stuff happen. So then we go into, from the lucky girl syndrome to the villain era. This is one of my single favorite pages. It is the villain era cheat sheet as well as your glow up cheat sheet. It's hands down probably one of like the sexiest parts of the book just in terms of the aesthetic of it. There's 4 steps to your villain era, and basically your villain era, if you've never heard of this, is how to set boundaries, how to stop doing what everybody else wants you to do and maybe walk a little bit taller and start ruffling some feathers with how freaking epic you are and the stuff that you want to do and just prioritizing you. So really it is stepping into that like, I don't care era, what other people are thinking, and I just want to do me for a while. And it's pretty powerful, especially if you just do it for 31 days, it's pretty epic. So then we go into your game plan. Chapter 6 is your game plan. That's the end of the first half of the book. So that's your day 1 to day 15. So it's very digestible, and I'll show you what the game plan actually looks like. So I map out your challenge here, and then every single day is a little rectangle like this. Now, the book goes above and beyond just these little rectangles, but it'll literally reference like, hey, so today is prep day, head over to this chapter and this page to do this, and you can locate your Know Your Worth series, and like, you can prep everything. Then day 2, we go to your glow up goals, the ones I just showed you, and then you kind of tackle a little bit every single day. So even if you just were to do this in a 15-day period, and imagine you glow up and alter your confidence in 15 days. That's like by day 15, if you're starting this on January 1st, by day 15, that's when most people will have given up on their New Year's resolutions, and you're gonna come in swinging. Like villain era, confidence boost, tell me what goals I'm going after because I've got this. So I'm really excited about that. Then, once you turn page 128, you go into the second half of the book, which is Make Bank, which basically is like, how do I make my dreams come true? So this, we go through your success formula, your mindset, we go through your spending habits. A lot of people ask if there's like budgeting included in this. Yes. Manifesting your dream life without the woo-woo, your growth challenge. And like the manifesting part of this is so crazy because it's stuff that I did in my real life that I used to think was insane. until I did it and it happened and I made it happen like times 10. It's insane. Your growth challenge and then your looking glass. Like, look at how pretty. It's giving New Year's with the champagne and everything. So in here, I'll read this page to you. So there's a couple of these, like they're called Know Your Worth pages, where I just spilled my guts. Know your worth. To know your worth means to find that sparkle inside you that makes you radiate and turn heads. It's what makes certain people so mysteriously attractive. It's a sense of undeniable self-confidence, which simply comes from knowing how much they are truly worth and not taking any slack from anyone, ever. Knowing your worth means to never ever compromise on your values. Core values shape us, and every time we compromise on them, it chips away at how tall we stand. Ain't that the truth? To clarify, there is a huge difference between holding strong to your core values and being a negative Nelly. Second guessing ourselves or allowing our boundaries to be crossed can come from our childhood upbringing, who we surround ourselves with, past trauma, toxic people, and imposter syndrome, which I call an evil twin. More on that soon. Have you ever admired someone for their confidence and or success? First, join the club, congratulations, you're human. Second, it's actually a positive and it's not resentment or envy, because it means you are slowly but surely attracting that vibe into your own life. So it's good. Third, it's not a secret, there is a recipe. End the endless loop of guilt. Set boundaries, work on yourself, glow up, enter your freaking villain era. Congratulations, you've already done those things in the first half of this book. Now let's work on the success part and how you view money. You are so worth it, plus the tax and tip. So this entire chapter that's all in green and gold is all about budgeting, manifesting, it's all about money. And I don't want you to see it. I think this is where so many people are resistant to this, where they see money as like this evil thing and they're like, no, I don't want that. I think if you can switch that to not focusing on the dollar amount, but focusing on the dreams that you have, and that's really what this teaches you, you're gonna fix that negative mindset with money, and then you will attract greater things your way. Get me going. Chapter 8 is Dream Big. This is like, I love this chapter. This chapter is all about your evil twin. It's sassy. There's another sassy chapter too, but this one's sassy. So this came from a conversation with my best friend, and she talked about imposter syndrome, and we started talking about how there's different versions of imposter syndrome and it can keep you stuck in life. So I created a quiz because we all do the imposter syndrome and the things that hold us back differently. So there is 5 different evil twins. This one is Deb, the pink one that you can see. This one's Pat, the yellow one. And basically we take you through the quiz, or I take you through the quiz, and then you figure out 1 or 2 that are holding you back, and then I give you a game plan as to how to not let procrastinator Earl hold you back anymore, and then you can create a game plan for yourself based off of that. And then from there, we kind of dive into one of the biggest questions I get is, how do you figure out what the heck you want in life? Like what your passions are, what makes you happy? How do you do that? Especially if you're trying to monetize it or like just make something of yourself or do something with it. How do you do that? So I created an idea map for you on not only skills, joys, passions, and I think the other one is values, what you truly value. My favorite chapter. And this is the one that stemmed from me having to overcome people telling me how I should be living my life, what I should be doing with my time, downplaying who I was as a human being and as a woman. And this chapter was me being like, I can't do it, but I flipped the bird. This is me flipping the bird and being like, no, I'm worth it. So this is called Your Worth. This chapter celebrates anybody that is ready to step up and be like, you know what? I'm worth more than that. So I created this thing, and this is kind of what created this chapter. I created this like mind map where you start here and you go through all these questions of what your time is actually worth. So if you're, like I said, jumping through hoops for people and saying yes to jumping on Zoom calls for free and giving your time to Aunt Sally to help her move her boxes from the garage to the kitchen, and it never ends, you might be selling yourself short on how much you're worth by the freaking hour. And chances are you are. So I show you how to figure out what you're worth, at least. And then if you want to up that, what you can do. So, and then I give you exactly what to do. Then I talk about how to, let's say you want to expand your time and just have more freedom, how to do that. I explain my the way my brain works for social media, because I think one of the most common questions I get is how are you doing all of these things and how do you not burn out? Because I know the worth of my time and I'm very good at not only multitasking, but multitasking so that I don't have to be there. And that doesn't mean hiring a whole team of people. And then if I created this, so if you still need help here, I created like a list of 9 things. So technically there's double for each. Let's say you need help with tasks and work and like how to organize that. These are free or almost free options that can help you create 9 different personal assistants in your life that they're not AI either. So they're all real things. Not that AI is amazing. This was technically written before AI became a thing. And then with being on your phone and social media and like building a business or like even creating content, I created a content plan, but in the same breath, because I think this is very important, a phone detox. So how do you post and create like your dream life with freedom from the middle of nowhere, but also detox? So that's what I talk about. And I have like a Monday through Sunday phone detox plan, which Andre and I are both following, and it's everything. It's so freaking good. And then this chapter ends with a 4-month challenge that if you want to do this 31-day thing where you disappear for 31 days, what if you were to do it for 4 months? And I list a bunch of tasks that you could do for 4 months and literally come back unrecognizable. And then enters the spicy chapter. I told you I was showing you everything. Are we proud of my fire? Yay. Side hustle. So this is chapter 10, your vision, how to create passive income. It's easier than you think. Where to start, what an influencer is and why I hate that word. Products, there is the influencer trap, there's influencer beware. There is my real life story with having done this for 10 years and being like an internet person, how to create different streams of income. I think I have a page in here that I always joke, it's like Andre's least favorite page. This one is also his least favorite page because I spill so much tea in the influencer beware. And just the crap, like the hilarious, crazy, insane stuff that I've been through, I wanted you to learn from it and I put it on paper of like, yeah, don't do that. So yeah, I figured I would share like the chaos of the things I've been through. And then this is, where is it? This is the page. Andre's like, why did you have to do that? So I share all of my streams of income. So I kind of created like streams and I put little bubbles with each and approximately how much they make and then my potential income. And this is exactly why I hate when people are like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, well, So obviously my husband and I own The Daily Grind, which is the company that does this. It's all about just like making your dreams come true. It's planner, workbook, stationery, and then we have the daily home. Above and beyond that, and of course he has his own things, but I have all of these different things, which honestly are like so simple it hurts. And that's why I share it, because anybody could do it. Does it take a lot of work up front? Yeah. Like I'm not giving you a you'll be rich tomorrow solution, but I'm putting it on paper so that if you want to work your booty off now, cool things can happen. So it's really just about making your dreams come true. It's not necessarily about you starting a new career or anything. If you want to, I spill all the beans. I also spill all the beans in this chapter of how I create my products, physical products and digital products. So you're welcome. Then this chapter is probably the longest time coming because this was originated and like conceptualized years ago. So I created a branding you quiz. So even if you just want to have a really pretty Instagram page, which I've gotten really good at, and branding myself so that if someone, this literally happened today. So the video went up on the Daily Grind of me looking slightly different and people still knew that it was Daily Grind because of what I teach in here. So the thing with branding is if you can figure out some key elements and stay consistent with those over time in every single thing you do, from your Instagram to your website to your Facebook to your newsletters, people just know that it's you because it's branded as you. So don't deviate, but you got to figure out who you are first or what your brand is and how you help people. So I figure out for you your branding, your mission, your color palette, yes, your content of if you're like, I don't know what to post. And again, even if this is just for fun, it's kind of cool. Your muses, like your famous muses, and then your fonts. So there's a full quiz to go through in here. I don't want to spill the beans and show you all that, but there's a quiz, you tally up your answers, and then I'll give you an example. So I'll pick a random one. The magical motivator. So I'll give you your mission statement, your branding, your color palette, your fonts. Your muses would be Lisa Vanderpump, Anne Hathaway, and then on the back of it, I'll give you like an inspo page. And then the final chapter is chapter 12, the second half of your game plan from day 16 to day 31. So you can even figure out, you can note which evil twin you are. So there's a lot in here. I did want to take you through the whole thing so that you can fully see how much there is in here. And again, the insert will allow you to have every single one of those 31-day challenge days so you can write all of this out. And also any pages that you really write on, we put those in the insert so you have that. And then there's the New Year's insert, which is the 5 steps of our vision party that will be live. It'll probably be, I'm not gonna do you dirty like this. I always say this every year. We don't do our vision party on the 1st because I'm realistic and I know that no one's gonna show up because they're probably semi hungover or with family. So when I was younger, our January 1st would be with family. So we're not doing that. We'll probably do it on like the 3rd or the 4th. We'll see. So you will get your invitation for that. You'll get your confetti popper, you'll get your glitter pouch, and then your New Year's inserts. So there will be different bundles. All the prices will be listed on the Daily Grind. I'm not here to share all that stuff with you, but I was here to hang out and just kind of show the behind the scenes and like where this stemmed from. So again, if you're at a little bit of a rock bottom moment, have a cookie, pour yourself a cup of something delightful, and get to work on your freaking goals because you are worth it. And I love you. And I hope you guys enjoyed this sit down. We will reconvene. I mean, this kind of was a cool, like just chilling sit down, but we're gonna reconvene with holiday decorating and all the things and house tours and all of that stuff that I know you guys love. Launch is Wednesday, December 11th. This will be a core item. If it sells out, we will restock it. The New Year's stuff will not be restocked. Anything seasonal will not be restocked. Thank you for being a part of this. I love you guys, and I will see you very soon. Bye, dudes.